Today marked exactly 1 month since images like this filled our TV screens in Iowa. A storm spawned several tornadoes, including a deadly EF4 that moved through multiple counties. In all, 7 Iowans were killed in the storms, and the devastation was widespread.
It was. Tonight, we're taking a look at the recovery and repair efforts over the past month in the communities impacted by these storms. KCCI Chief Meteorologist Chris Cloninger is live in Winterset tonight. That's one of the hardest hit areas. Chris?
Steve, Rhea, you can still see a lot of the damage behind me. That single-family home torn up. There's a tarp covering part of the roof that is missing after that tornado tore through. Sheriff Barnes has been with the force since 1999. He did deal with the Earlham tornado, which hit mostly outbuildings. This was the first tornado that he had to respond to that was a mass casualty event.
It was bad. It looked like a bomb went off. It was chaos. There was debris down everywhere, power lines in the road.
Madison County Sheriff Jason Barnes was on the scene minutes after the EF4 tornado touched down. This dash cam footage shows the obstacle course that Sheriff Barnes and his deputies faced when turning onto Carver Road.
You just want to do what you can to make it better at that moment.
We took the KCCI Storm Chaser into the area's hardest hit.
This is Lloyd's Res. Their house is back up there around the curve there. There is a cellar right there. I don't know if they had time to even consider going to it.
The road is lined with trees snapped like toothpicks.
We had to go through this timber here, this ravine, and Beasley's house is kind of see where it was, right straight there.
Was the key word there. The violent tornado indiscriminately wiping some homes off their foundations while leaving others nearly untouched.
We could not get up that driveway. It was completely, you couldn't get to it. So we had to come up into this driveway here, park up there, got as close as we could, then we had to get out on foot and then go through that ravine.
There was a fatality.
Yeah, there was a fatality, one fatality there, and there was 4 at that house.
Sheriff Barnes is quick to point out the positives.
For all the bad you see, you start seeing a lot of good, and that helps. You start seeing a lot of good. I believe the next morning I saw convoys of people rolling into town to help.
The recovery is often lost in the headlines of an ever-evolving news cycle, but it's important to show there's a long ways to go.
The long-term effects to the people that lost loved ones and friends, they're going to deal with that for a long time.
You're looking at the roof. That roof is metal. What's interesting is, like many tornadoes, you see a damage that doesn't quite make sense. Again, a metal roof, yet in the driveway there's this piece of asphalt roofing from a house likely over the ridge where that tornado touched down, taking those houses and literally wiping them off their foundations. During the lifespan of a disaster, the response usually takes days, but it's the recovery that lasts the longest, and that can take months to years. And it's always important to remember communities suffering and the long road to recovery that they have ahead of them. For now, reporting live in Winterset, Chief Meteorologist Chris Cloninger, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Thanks so much, Chris. Well, as we do with all severe weather, we brought you live coverage that day as the storms passed over central Iowa.
The KCCI Storm Chaser was in the right place at the right time to capture a tornado being formed in Madison County.
There it is. There's the cone on the ground. Large tornado on the ground.
Okay.
Storm Chaser intercepting it right now.
That's KCCI morning meteorologist Jason Sadeko, who you hear there, as he describes the formation of the tornado near Cumming. We now know how powerful it was and just how far it traveled.
The same tornado tore through the south edge of Norwalk. It ripped the roof off Windsor windows and doors and blew the garage doors apart at the public safety buildings. All the damage happened just 50 to 100 yards away from a major housing development.
50 to 100 yards north of where it was, where the track of that storm actually was that day, would have been a whole nother story.
We would have been in a very, very painful situation as far as damage and probably injuries.
There were no injuries or deaths from the storm in Norwalk. Windsor Windows and Doors remains closed as the company continues to rebuild.
From Norwalk, the storm rumbled on to skirt the southeast corner of Des Moines near Army Post Road and the Highway 65 bypass. Sky 8 video shows damaged rooftops in that area, shredded trees and downed power lines the heart of the city of Des Moines was spared a direct hit. A little more than an hour south of the metro in Lucas County, one person was killed 1 month ago when the storm hit Red Haw State Park. The damage there is so bad, this park is closed until at least Labor Day. This is Sky 8 video. It was shot just days after the severe weather hit. The DNR says it may take a full year before Red Haw State Park is back to normal. New at 6, Polk County Public Works crews continue to clean up tornado debris, but they're now shutting down a hotline used to match people in need with those who can help. KCCI's Bo Bowman shows us how the hotline helped efficiently move both people and supplies. Bo?
People in Polk County who were hit hard by the tornado could call the hotline with a specific need, like a pickup truck or a skid loader, and the operator would use their matchmaking skills to set them up with a volunteer who is also called in to help. The hotline was closed last Friday because those severely affected by the tornado, most of the heavy lifting has been finished. But over the last month, the group of operators worked with Polk County Emergency Management to pair 45 volunteers with 27 people in southeast Des Moines and Runnels who all needed help. Officials with Polk County say this was an efficient way to pinpoint who needed what and how to get them the specific help they needed.
What you perceive somebody else's need may not actually be their true need. And so this really helps us to be very specific, to have those that actually have the needs to specify what it is they need help with.
Between those efforts through the hotline and countless hours of labor, most of the cleanup in Polk County has been completed, other than debris collection, which will be done by Polk County Public Works over the next few weeks. And while AJ Mum there says material donations have run their course, he recommends people research local disaster relief charities to donate to help with future Central Iowa natural disasters. Rhea?